Hello, this is Steve David Kozik, Chief Spiritual Officer for the Lovemakers Foundation, a 501c3 spiritual charity whose purpose is to bring love to the world, and just as importantly, to bring love to each and every person on the planet. It's an uphill struggle, but we're not giving up because we know that love is the most powerful force in the universe and that it's life's essence. We've had a real good run with some tremendous viewership on our two-part series on the alchemy of love. That inspired Deborah and I, and by the way, we're here with our CEO, Deborah Kozik. Hello, how are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty excited about our topic tonight, which is called the alchemy of romantic love. Romantic love is not one of our favorite topics, and I'm going to explain why in a little while, but Deborah and I have discussed it, and we decided to go for it tonight and next week. But it's easy, and I love, of course, talking about love. But the reason it's, in a way, easy to talk about romantic love is because I'm sitting next to her, to the woman I love and that I'm in love with. And, you know, I'm not going to use us as an example because each person is unique. But tonight's topic is, what is the alchemy of romantic love? Romantic love is just one type of love. I've identified at least 30 different characteristics of love. The Greeks identified 7 or 8 different characteristics of love, from eros, agape, philia, different characters with different types of love. But there are different characteristics of love. Romantic love is just a subtype of love. But when we talk about romantic love, we're just talking about love between two people. It doesn't matter what two people. It's not bound by ethnicity, religion, skin color. It's an open. There are no boundaries to who can fall in love. I think history's shown that. I think that if you just walk down the street, in most major cities, you're going to find a mix of people because love has no bounds. And again, what are the problems? But the problem, discussing romantic love is problematical because love consciousness varies from person to person. We're all individuals. But I will say this. Don't underestimate the power of love consciousness. The power that you get from falling or being in love with another person or being loved by another person, whether it works out or not, doesn't matter. You're going to learn about love and you're going to enhance your life. Your life will be enhanced, whether you are together with that person or not for the rest of your life. A global study across 90 countries revealed that most countries have seen that romantic love is universal. And universal in the sense that people believe in it. The culture and society is structured for romantic love. But there's a diversity. I looked at a study, it was online, and there's a diversity of desires. I'm going to show this graph right here. And you see this large relationships, the diversity of desires is that only 35 or 36% of the people polled in this particular poll felt that romantic relationships were important. I was shocked by this, but society is changing so tremendously. And that's why I told you just a few seconds ago that being in love, falling in love, exercising love for another person or being loved, you're going to benefit from that in your consciousness. I've done 370 of these videos trying to show people that, we are love, that love is the most powerful force in the world, and that love and becoming love will transform your lives. But now we have two people, right? And in this poll, 15% said they're happy being single. 25% said they're not interested in romance. 15% said they're just prioritizing themselves. And then there are 10% that are exploring non-traditional relationships. It doesn't matter the relationship. Romantic love is romantic love. And there are certain things that we're going to discuss, especially next week when we break it down, because we're going to talk about everything from lust to the continuum of a spiritual, everlasting love. I've been in love a few times, but being in love with our CEO here is amazing. But again, everybody's unique. We live in a time of rapid change. But love in itself, and that continuum from awareness to becoming transformed by love, is really what it's all about. But just imagine if you're transformed by love, you meet somebody else transformed by love. You could have it all. Again, cohabitation is rising, marriage is declining. It's, love is more individualized and democratic. But one of the things that you have to do is remove the barriers to love. Right, Deborah?
Yeah. Just like Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So when you realize that love is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, and that when you incorporate that in your relationships and also in your way of bringing more romance into your relationship, it becomes a frequency that is energized. And when you energize it with love and compassion and understanding and forgiveness and bringing out the best in your partner or yourself, because then it becomes a reflection of your desires and your passion.
As I remember, didn't you have a few barriers to love?
I did. There was a time where I had given up on love and didn't believe in love anymore because of the hurt and the pain that I had gone through.
And it wasn't necessarily because of love, but I've been in love, and I've lived. I'm happy to say I've lived most of my life being in love or searching love, and I've had several relationships, great relationships. But what I've learned is that in love and romantic love, there's no fear. You can't have any fear to enter into a romantic love situation, because you have to be vulnerable. You have to just put it on the table. But by doing that, you clear your consciousness to God. You clear your consciousness to your highest self. It's the transformation through connection. It's the merging of two paths into one. It's the courage to love. It's the courage to be loved. It's the courage to trust. And Deborah and I next week are going to explore the continuum of love, from lust all the way to spiritual love. But again, we just believe in love, don't we?
We do. We believe that it's a way to practice selfless love, to be an energy that brings out the best in each other, and just to really cherish and respect one another. And it brings forth the ability so that you can enjoy a romantic relationship too, because you're endearing one another and treating each other with respect.
But to do that, you have to be fearless. And again, I would say that at a higher level, at the end of the continuum, longevity has something to do with it too. Now, I've been in relationships where I just love to love. I mean, even platonic love can be very romantic. But we're going to explore that in detail next week. We're going to lay some great issues and some tremendous quotes and stories about love next week. It's going to be a long session, but it's one with heartfelt love and wisdom on the part of Deborah and myself. Dear God, know this moment that we are unleashing the power of love now. That we're unleashing the power to love everyone, but we're also unleashing the power, perhaps, to find that special someone, to create a romantic love relationship, to thrive with the confidence, the courage, and the belief that love is the way. So God, this moment, give us the strength and energy simply to love, simply to have the confidence of to love fearlessly, without conditions. Knowing the knowledge that we have found and shall find that right person, but that we are one with all that is this moment, and that love is the way. So it is so, amen. So go in love, whether you're in a relationship, coming into a relationship, don't have a relationship, it's just you love is the way. Have a love affair with yourself. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself and making that your way, or being in love with the community, or being in love with with a bigger issue. The bottom line is go in love, and remember
that you can raise your vibration to love frequency, because love is the way.
Love is the way.
We love you. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share your favorite love messages with others too.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it. And if there are any specific topics you want for next week, let us know.